Hey everybody, how's it going? R.B.Sethum and welcome back to another video, folks. In this video, I'm going to be showing you the location of the Aberrant cave. Now, bear in mind, this is a cave, not a biome. If you come from here, from the snow biome, and you follow this river to the end, you will come to a waterfall. The entrance is a bit hidden because it is behind the waterfall. I'm going to show you the map location and GPS coordinates for it. And one thing to keep in mind is that this is quite a large cave. I mean, it's huge. So the coordinates are 26.3 by 54.5. This is where we are on the map. Again, GPS coordinates right there. So right beneath or beyond the waterfall, there's the entrance into the cave. And like I said, it is absolutely huge. And in here, there is a lot of bad stuff. You can see a lot of things with bioluminescence, and it does look a lot like a portion of Aberration, but it is actually a cave, so keep that in mind. That means you have to come in here prepared. You will be fighting loads of bad stuff, so you can see that there are loads of onyx, loads of spiders. You will find the loot crates, those black things right here, these are black pearls, so you can always grab yourselves a lot of these. Definitely a good place to come and farm some black pearls, but of course you have to be prepared, otherwise you will be swarmed by a lot of bad things. So just kind of show you the loot crate. I'm going to showcase this around, and there's also of course an artifact here, and that would be the artifact of the strong. But it is a beautiful cave. I think you can build in here, but obviously, as with all caves, there is the risk of taking increased damage if you want to build a base down here. There is only one entrance into it, so keep that in mind. We do have some of these really large rooms as well. I'm going to show you this from outside as well, but here we go. We got some more loot drops, loot crates. Let me just sort this out. Of course, we do get the Feroxes in here, so you saw that. That was what I was trying to point out just there. So trying to tame a Ferox in this cave can be a bit of a challenge if you don't kill it off whilst you're trying to get rid of all of the unpleasant creatures here. And there's lots to deal with. Now, right here, basically what we want to do is we want to go down here. So where this waterfall goes, it goes deeper into the cave, but there's also other paths you can take. So if you go down this way, you can start seeing some vegetation with the wonderful fluorescent or bioluminescent is what I meant to say. So they create lights. We got, of course, the Ravagers here. We've got raptors, we've got carnos. So a lot of bad creatures. Can get quite high level Ravagers as well. So it's probably a place you want to come and try and tame a Ravager if you want to do that. Alright, let's have a bit more of a look down here, deeper into the cave. And we get some large rooms as well. I think this is one that we've been in. So they do sometimes loop back on themselves. It is in itself, I guess, a bit of a maze, and I'm going to be showing you also from the outside how big it is and how many creatures there are, because once we go into ghost mode, you can kind of see what's going on in terms of where all the creatures are located. But here, this is what I was saying. If we go down this way, this takes us into another level of the cave, and the room here is quite big. Sometimes it does get quite tight, so I reckon I could probably bring here my Shadow Main. I might have to cryopod it a couple of times just to get past through some of these tight squeezes. But yes, there's a lot to see. And we even have an Alpha Carno, so keep that in mind. I think it's a combination, a cross between a cave and a biome. Not really fully a biome, but let me just get my pickaxe over here, because you can also get your gems from this location. So over here we have the red gems. There we go. We don't really want to hang about there too much, so something's pulled me down to the ground. It's a good thing I am in admin mode, so it can't really do much to me. But yeah, this is not going to be an easy cave to... Well, it's not going to be for people that are just starting out. You have to have some gear to actually be able to manage in this cave. Okay, we got some more of these bioluminescent trees and stuff. Okay, so it does all look very similar. Sometimes I think there's a good chance of getting lost in here because they're all just sometimes it ends up looking like you've been there before, although it might potentially be a different part of the cave. Anyways, I'm going to go into ghost mode. I'm going to show you it from outside. Here's another Ferox. This guy is level 100, and I think taming him here would probably be a good choice. You could probably grapple onto the ceiling and feed him the element and stuff like that, so I guess that's one thing to keep in mind. So I think you can find also the other gems in here if you're looking for them. Okay, more Ravagers, lots of Carnos, a lot of bad stuff. A lot of bad stuff. But this place is huge. Okay, so my cinema crops has scared off some creatures. There's waterfall, I think. I mean, yeah, it's definitely a cross between... Oh yeah, I think we've been down this way because this is where the Alpha Carno is. But that's just kind of show you basically how big it is and the fact that it is a maze. So let's go into ghost mode. I'm going to show you the location from the outside. And this is how big it is. I mean, it is absolutely huge. Look at that. I mean, it's massive. There's a lot of places you can go. And if you zoom out far enough or move out far enough, you can actually see where all the bad stuff is. And this is just some of it. And right there, you can actually see the artifact of the strong. And it is guarded by a lot of bad creatures. So this is where you want to come and pick up the artifact. I will do a full-on guide for this once I map out the direction of the artifact and how to get to it. And of course, once I come up with a strategy that is effective to do this. Because as you can see, there's a lot to cope with. Okay, some of these creatures do want to fall through the floors. I think it is mostly the Feroxes that do that, but that's how big it is. There are, of course, as you saw, some loot crates as well. Okay, yeah, so here we have it. Artifact of the Strong. And that's pretty much it for this video, folks. This is all I wanted to do. I just wanted to showcase this amazing cave. It's quite interesting. I do hope that you have enjoyed it and found it useful and informative. If you have, please don't forget to support me and the channel by hitting that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you are new and haven't already for more similar content from myself. And of course, until next time, stay safe, folks.